Hi everyone and welcome to Nina Sofra. I come from Croatia, a beautiful country situated on the Adriatic Sea. Croatia has numerous beauties like breathtaking untouched coast, spectacular crystal sea, gorgeous islands, stunning natural attractions like Plitvice lakes, many medieval cities like Dubrovnik, Split, Zadar, Pula, my hometown Zagreb and many more. I'm very proud to be Croatian, so I decided to pay respect to my country with this delicious checkerboard red and white cake, which is inspired by a part of Croatian coat of arms and is very famous as the nation itself. First, what is needed to do is to divide egg yolks from egg whites. Egg whites put in a mixing bowl and egg yolks put aside. Add a pinch of salt into the egg whites and start beating. Beat it to soft peaks. When you reach soft peaks, start gradually adding sugar, little by little. You'll see stiff peaks will soon start forming. Decrease the speed. Add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and egg yolks, but put them inside one by one. Between each, let the mixer beat a little until you add the next egg yolk. While the mixer is mixing, prepare the flour and the baking powder. Take the baking powder as much as you can grab on the tip of the knife and put it inside the flour. Still keep the speed of the mixer on low. Then gradually start adding flour into the mixture until you finish it all. When it's all combined, add the water and the oil afterwards. Now when you finish mixing, add the food coloring. The amount depends on the type of the coloring you are using. I'm usually adjusting, as not always the colors have the same strength. For this amount of the mixture, I used approximately 3 to 4 grams of red powder food coloring and mix it inside with a spatula. Preheat the oven on 175 degrees and take the cake tin diameter of 26 centimeters. Cover the bottom with baking paper, oil and flour the sides, and transfer the mixture in it. Feel free to tap from the bottom or slightly bang onto the table or even shake it a bit to even it and to remove the eventual bubbles of air from it. This is how it's supposed to look like. Leave it to cool off and make another 2 sponge cakes the same like this. To make the checkerboard design of the cake inside, you need to make the circles of carton or paper width of 2 centimeters. Decide what is easier for you, either to put the biggest and to cut from the inside edge or to take a smaller circle and cut from the outer edge. Take the sharp knife and start cutting the circles, slowly, not to damage or break them. What is important that in the end you will have 5 circles, each width of 2 centimeters and 1 middle small circle. Then divide 6 circles of 1 cake into 2 parts. Take first, third and fifth circle, put it aside, as well as the second, fourth and the middle one on the other side. Then do the same with the second sponge cake. Slowly cut all the circles with the help of the carton circles and divide them into 2 parts. So in the end you will have 4 parts, each consisting of 3 circles. The third sponge cake, put on a flat surface and with the help of a sharp knife, thin it out in half. The original sponge cake was approximately 1 centimeter tall, so thin it to half centimeter, which you will use as a base, while the other upper half put on a plate. Try to cut it into very small pieces. Then put it in the oven on 50 degrees with slightly open door to dry it out. Try to check from time to time. It took me less than an hour and everything was totally dry. Start preparing the filling. Using the double boiler method, melt the white chocolate. Then put the gelatin powder in 1 cup and cover it with cold water to swell. Then take the cream cheese, put it in the mixer bowl together with the sour cream and powdered sugar. Put sugar slowly, otherwise like me it will puff and you will have it everywhere. Mix it well until all ingredients well combine and become a nice and smooth creamy paste. Still, while mixing, add inside the lemon juice and continue. In the meantime, put the whipped cream to boil, and when it boils, turn the fire off and add inside swollen gelatin. Stir to melt it and leave aside to cool off just a little. Then add it inside the cheese mixture, which is still in the mixing bowl, and let it incorporate well. After the melted gelatin, add also inside white chocolate you previously melted and let it beat well until it all combines. Prepare the cake tray or a plate where you will put the base or the thin sponge cake you prepared earlier. Put the cake tin without bottom around it and adjust the acetate foil on the inner side of the tin. First take 2 to 3 tablespoons of the cheese filling and place it all over the cake in a thin layer. And now start assembling the cake. Take the first of 4 circle parts that we prepared earlier. Take one with the first, third and fifth circle and place it evenly on the base. Now, if you want, you can do like me and use a decorating bag with round tip to fill the cake. If not, take a normal spoon. The cream is a little bit runny, but this is how it's supposed to be. You might spill it a bit, but it's just fine. Fill all the space between the circles and even it with the spatula afterwards. It's very important to fill all the space with the cream generously, not to leave any gaps later that might not look very nice when you cut the cake. Try to simply measure by your eye to make sure that you put the cream to the level of the sponge cake, and when you even it, you will know exactly how much you put. Then take the second part of the circles with second, fourth and middle circle and place it over the cream that you have just put. Fill the holes around the cheese filling and continue assembling circles all the way until the end. Then take the rest of the cream, pour it over the surface of the cake, even it and place it in the fridge for 3 to 4 hours, but preferably overnight. Take the food processor and fill it with the dry half of the sponge cake, the one you dried in the oven. Grind the dry cake into the powder. The time has come to get the cake out of the fridge, but before that, take the whipping cream, add 1 vanilla sugar and beat it until stiff peaks. Get the cake and prepare 24 thicker paper strips, length of approximately 28 to 30 centimeters and width of about 2 centimeters that you will put on the cake. Place 12 of them vertically, all next to each other, taking into consideration not to leave any space in between. Then start removing every second strip or even one and put it aside. Then take another 12 and place them horizontally on top of the strips you already placed. Also gently remove every second one and put it aside. Now you have in front of you a net of paper strips on the cake. Take the sifter and the red powder you ground previously and sprinkle all over the cake and the strips. Remove slowly the strips and place them on a tray. And also remove the red powder from them as we will use them again. Be careful while removing the strips as they are light and the powder also. Do it very gently for the red powder not to fall much over the white part of the cake. Now take the strips and place them horizontally over all the red cubes you see, but do it also again vertically. After you finish assembling, again take the sifter and sprinkle the red powder all over the cake and the strips. Now start again very slowly and gently removing all the strips. The powder that has left on them save aside as we will use it also in the decoration. After you finish removing the strips, you will see a beautiful checkerboard surface of the cake. Then take the whipped cream and with a spatula carefully apply it on the sides of the cake, taking care for the cream not to come over the checkered part. And now for the last step, take the leftovers of the red powder and start applying it with a spatula on the sides of the cake. Basically, take a small amount and start gluing it all over the layer of whipped cream. You will see, this is very easy to do as the powder easily sticks to the whipped cream. This might take a little bit longer as you should cover all the white spots, but in the end you will be very satisfied with the result like I was. And that's it. Place it in the fridge for 2 hours, then serve it and enjoy! Thank you for watching my video recipe for Croatian checkerboard cake, and if you liked it, please subscribe to my channel and press the little bell to be notified of all my new video recipes. Sofra Haneja, bon appetit!